because he pees all the time. I don't understand how this dude hasn't figured out how to contain it. You know what I mean? Like, have you guys?
He does have to pee pretty much like every piece of content.
You guys hold it, right? You guys know what holding it means, right? You guys have done that before.
Well, I mean, have you guys ever heard me like saying I'm gonna go take a Xander? Like,
I never pee on content ever. Go through like, 400 pieces of content.
There's tummy troubles. There's things. There's strange things are afoot at the Circle K if I have to go to the bathroom during content.
I don't think I've taken a Xander on content since like episode 5 of
like
Kraken
year
content.
Like year one.
Like early year one. You know what I mean? Like, because every time in Xander, I want you to hear this. I want you to hear this. Okay. Every time that we do content, I tell myself I can't pee. I'm not allowed to. Not gonna pee. I'm gonna hold it like an adult.
No. I'm exempt from that, okay? Because I spent 4 fucking years straight in a comms watch room.
He earned it. He earned. I knew he was going to say this. I knew he was going to fucking say that.
No. He was like, I did my time, and I can pee whatever I need to go.
There were times we would have cases that went 6-8 hours long. Okay, and there's no one else back at base. Okay, it was just me and the radios. All right, and I was purposefully dehydrating myself for hours. Okay, I earned my right to pee whenever the fuck I want.
You were an adult for 6 years. Now you don't have to be an adult ever again. That's what you mean.
Fuck off or no.
The guy gets out of the military and trades his bladder in for the civilian model.
I can pee whenever I want. Oh, I was in the CIA. I can pee whenever.
We fly the rafters, fill the beers, and towards the seas. Ride the waves, around the world, the pirates like the Towards our beers, and then we choose the planet to go. The Shipwreck Show, AG is #1.
What is happening, everybody? And welcome to another episode of the Shipwreck Show. Episode 129 to be specific. I am your host this evening, Garrick Bartholomew Eaton. I'm not eating anything, but that's just fine. And I'm joined this evening by 3 other members of the Brethren Court. Some of us are on vacation on a rotation right now. If you guys haven't picked up on that yet, that's what's happening.
Yeah, very observant, guys.
Yeah, my turn is over, and conveniently, I have arrived just in time to wreck the ship for the show once again.
Mm-hmm. What he means to say is that he's coming. He's come.
I have arrived.
Yes.
And I am joined this evening by the one and only Twitch's very own DJ Sufix. How are you doing today, DJ?
I'm doing good, dude. Just been chilling all day, man. I was gonna go to the gym today, but my mom has to use my car because the battery in her car went out.
Oh shit.
And the thing is, like, it's not placed normally, so you have to go service it.
It's like under.
It's like deep in there. Yeah. So you can't. It would easy to just take the shit out. Yeah. So it's
so dumb.
It's what kind of car is it? It's like a Mercedes, like 2-door.
I was gonna be like, it has to be something like German.
Yeah.
Like, to be like that. I feel like Audi does that shit, and so does BMW.
A lot of German manufacturers do it. Like, they like over engineer it, but like it's
that German engineering.
It really is. It's like it's over engineered to like.
Shut up or no.
Whatever. But I digress, man. Other than that, I've been chilling, dude. I've been playing some. I re-downloaded XCOM 2, so I've been playing that, dude. Fucking love that game, dude. Love it. It's like one of my favorite. It's like I think it's why I like the combat in like Baldur's Gate and Divinity Original Sin so much because it's very reminiscent of that, but just with a different like rule set, I guess.
Good old
Dude, I know it's a
XCOM.
super popular game. I haven't I have a few of them. I think I picked up a few over the years, like as like free PlayStation games. But I've never really dabbled with them. I know they have like I know like if they're like a franchise that has like a pretty dedicated like cult following, like not like a super
Yeah.
big like community, but like they have like some dedicated players. Uh,
Yeah.
so even though you've been playing that, I was gonna ask you, DJ, I'm assuming you watched Evo yesterday.
I didn't watch it. I just got the recap of everything else.
Okay.
But it was pretty hype. It was pretty hype, dude. Fucking some crazy storylines from Evo. Punk his full users
Yeah,
Punk the God, but
Punk to
Punk
go. Yeah,
wins
Punk to
Street
God.
Fighter 6 Evo. He's won in Street Fighter 3, 4, 5, and now 6. And he was like, I think the storyline was I didn't follow it very recent, but he was like in a slump. And now
Slump
he's
god, if
back
you
on
will.
top. Yeah, and he represents North America, so that's a big, huge W for North America because it's like, you know, Street Fighter and Tekken and stuff like that. It's always either some country like Asian national that dominates the game. And then in Tekken 8, Arsenal
But
Ash.
didn't we do good in Tekken 2? Or
We
Tekken also?
did. We didn't. I don't think we had any Americans in top 8 though. We had one NA in top 9, in the 9th place.
I had
who
I
actually
had a homie who
who
was
actually coached
following
me.
along with
Actually,
Evo.
Oh, really?
yeah, he's the guy who coached me. He got 9th place at Evo this year.
That's
Wow.
sick. Like a guy at the
Top 10, dude.
the tournament that you went to?
No. This is a different
okay.
guy, but like he's known pro player. I think he's like getting back into the swing of like playing professionally. So getting 9th is really sick. I
Yeah,
believe.
that's solid if you haven't been playing at like that level for a long while. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have like another buddy who's like follows along with Evo and like he really enjoys fighting games. He's super into them. He
Mhm.
doesn't necessarily play like ranked or competitive. He's just really likes fighting games. And so like he was giving me updates like throughout Evo as it was happening. I was kind of like just keeping an eye on like little tidbits and things because they do like updates on like games and shit that have been announced too. The new Hunter x Hunter fighting game actually looks semi decent.
Yeah, dude, the
looking like,
first few
it's gonna be pretty
previews of
good.
that game did not look good. It
No,
did
I was
not
really
look good.
worried. No, it's just like, I was like the only like I with the latest animation and like gameplay show off. I was like, if they I feel like they need to up the impact on some of the move sets and people's kits. Like it doesn't really feel like they're connecting when they hit very well. Like but aside from that, like the animation looks pretty good. I feel like it's gonna like fit into the wheelhouse as like the 2D, the most recent 2D Dragon Ball.
Oh,
The hell was
Fighters,
that?
Fighter Z.
Yeah, I
Fighter
feel like
Z.
it's gonna be in that sort of realm.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and Fighter Z is not bad. Still has a great community, but I think their last update when they added rollback netcode, just broke the game for like a good month.
Oof.
So I don't know. But Lucy from Cyberpunk Edge Runners is joining Guilty Gear Strive.
Yeah,
as a
I
guest
saw
character.
that, dude.
And we gotta look. I think we gotta look at Terry Bogard, in Street Fighter 6 finally because
That
they
the guy from
announced
Home
him,
Alone?
but we haven't seen him in game. So
And a new
sadly we
Tekken.
didn't. Yeah,
new
new tech
Tekken
dude.
hero, right?
Heihachi is back.
Yeah,
he's
Heihachi.
he's back. I had to, after the reveal, I had to like rack my brain on how they managed to do that. Guy's unkillable. He's died like multiple times throughout this. He's died like 5 times.
Yeah, he really
throughout
has.
this entire series.
He really has, dude.
Part that.
And honestly, I thought he was dead for good. Even at the end, where they showed a clip of the Katsuhiro Harada at Evo last year saying Hihachi Mishima is completely dead. That's
Dude,
what he's completely
I saw the
dead.
announcement. I saw the announcement, and it literally was just like "Hi Hachi," and then in parentheses it was like "not dead."
Yeah, like it was crazy. His newest design, I hope it's one of his alternate costumes. He looks sick as fuck.
Yeah, the design was hard as fuck.
Yeah, like the
with
hat, the
announcement,
mask.
with the mask,
Oh,
and
yes,
yeah,
dude.
that shit
That
was like
shit
it
was
went pretty
hard.
hard.
Because it was pretty exciting because one, a lot of people wanted Heihachi to come back. Like they didn't care like what lore implication or whatever. They just like just bring his ass back. I don't care. But also there was a leak like after the first DLC character came out. So we've gotten Eddie and Lydia. And so once Eddie came out, there was a leak that said it was Lydia, and then there's a character named Marduk, and then another character, the Thai Muay Thai fighter, Fakum Ram. And people thought when they saw Lydia, they're like, "Oh my god, we're getting Marduk. We're getting fucking Marduk. We fucking hate this guy." Because like he's a Valetudo fighter, and so all he does is he just gets you on the ground, and he just he has a whole mix up with that.
Shit.
Yeah, oh, it's not grapple, but like it's just annoying. But once that happened, everyone was so hyped. It's like, thank God, it's not Marduk. It's not Marduk. But people were mostly happy for him to be revealed. So I'm
I was bummed we didn't see like any roster updates or any announcements for Sparking Zero, but I guess they only really show off like stuff that's like really close to being released or is already released, from what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So like, but I guess there's like an event in Tokyo coming up soon where they're supposed to show off more of Sparking Zero.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Hopefully we see more.
Sounds like honestly, I just wanted to talk with fighting games with DJ for a little bit because I actually had some shit to say about fighting games for the first little bit. So so thank you for indulging me there for a brief moment. We are also joined this fine evening by the two silent gentlemen, because neither of them play really fighting games. They're like, what the fuck? We're also joined by Xander, just because he looks so bored right now. I want let's bring him back in here.
As soon as you guys started picking up on that conversation, my brain literally was like, I have no knowledge of any of this shit, so I'm just going to piece the fuck out.
So it's Xander's also with us this evening. Xander, how are you today?
Today's been pretty good. I was chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. Played some b-ball outside of the school with my daughter.
Yeah.
For real though, we actually went out and played some basketball for a good bit. Like I played until she complained that she was too tired, and I was like, all right, well, we can go home as long as you can get the ball from me. So
damn.
Yeah, I tried to wear her out. But yeah, no, it was a pretty good chill day.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Yeah. That's about it.
Yeah.
Wow, all that, and he was just like, "Yeah, I don't really have much going on right now for me. It's been a pretty simple day.
It's actually been pretty slow, dude.
Thank you for including me in the conversation, though. I'm glad to be here." Damn, that's really all he's gonna give us. All right, then. Okay. We're also joined then by the Shrine of the Ocean, Ernell Pearson, Ocean Shrine. How are you doing this fine evening, Ernell? Hopefully. Did you also just have a fine, simple evening? Did you go play at the park with your daughter and go do literally nothing, apparently?
I specifically said, Devin, go be on vacation, is what I said, but I guess that
we're all very bad at this.
Oh my god. Oh no, you're so cool. You're so cool.
You're so cool. That's so cool.
You're so cool. That's cool.
So Devin and I did this last night. So we were playing Destiny for a little bit, just running sort of like the new act. And so, for whatever reason, Devin just went, "Oh, that's so cool," and I was like, "Oh, that's so cool," and we did that for probably 20 minutes.
That tracks.
Just
that tracks.
That's so
tracks
you're so
totally.
cool.
I'm not surprised in the slightest.
Yeah, that sounds just a single brain cell
on
bouncing
brand.
between two guardians.
Yeah, just for real. Yeah, Shark Daddy for Prez 2024. Today I was able to set up my new computer desk. I have so much more real estate now, because this thing is about
It's free real estate.
15 inches wider
Whoa.
like longer than my last desk. Because my last desk was like a 30-inch. This one's a 56.
30 inches.
Yeah, it was a
Damn,
not
son.
very long boy. It was a very short boy.
Yeah, that's a pretty short desk.
It could stand though, and that was cool. That was great for what it was. But eventually, I was like, I just need more space. I need more space, and so now I got like my controllers here on the little stand. I've got my key light here behind my monitor. My little decor here. I got my little mini cloud chilling right in the front row.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say the angle's a little different with your camera now.
My little Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh
hanging
yeah,
out
well,
here
it's
too,
quite a
so-
bit different actually.
But yeah, the camera is different because I got the new Elgato teleprompter.
Yeah.
So that sets it up where you can put your camera inside the teleprompter right behind the screen, and now I can read notes and stuff. I can even put voice chat, or not voice chat, Twitch chat in here and look at it if I wanted to as a third monitor. It's really tiny. It's really cool, but it took a little bit of tinkering, but I felt that this is going to be the best, most optimal angle for this, especially because it's like, it's obviously a bit thicker than your standard webcam, so I wasn't able to kind of just put it in between my monitors the way my webcam was. So now I gotta like spread the bad boy. I got my like dual monitor like holders sort of like spread eagle as far as they will go, and that still wasn't quite wide enough to put the teleprompter right in the middle. I don't know. I might be able to make something happen, but I gotta kind of do some adjustments. But that was probably a good like 4 hours my day today, because I had to like
Just setting that up.
was just setting this up, getting all my peripherals
Cable
on the
management.
desk, cleaning off the old desk, which I just put right here for now.
4 hours and your cables look like that, brother.
Yeah, dude, I know, because like I had to like
Dude,
I had to put like the monitor holder like on the desk by myself. Like, because that's like a 2-person job. Typically, you have to have someone like hold it up for you, and I was just
Is
like,
yours like clamped to the back of the desk?
yeah, correct. And so like I'm over here fucking flooding in sweat trying to hold this piece of shit up while I'm like trying to twist the thing underneath the desk, and it kept like
Yeah.
falling. And so I'm like gripping this
Yeah.
motherfucker, fighting for my fucking life, trying to put this goddamn thing. And so yeah, the cable management I can take care of later on. I took the little USB dock thing that was on the other desk, and I just tore that fucker off so I could put it on this bad boy. So that's my next plan. Once I do that, then I'll be able to clean up the wires a little bit better. But yeah, it's been a good day. I ate hearty breakfast of breakfast ramen. I don't know if anybody's done that before, but
Breakfast ramen?
breakfast ramen.
Wait,
my
like,
friend.
No, but I've done breakfast fried rice.
That's some shit. That's some
okay,
shit.
hold on.
Rice.
Mhm.
Hold on.
Whoa.
We're gonna come back to that too.
Mhm. Yeah.
But how does one do breakfast ramen?
So breakfast ramen can be a variety of different things, but it's typically just leaning closer on the pork and eggs part of the ramen. So you're just leaning in a little bit harder on that. You go a little bit extra egg, a little extra like pork belly, if you will. Whatever you do on that end. And I do like extra green onions in it, just to like give it some more, a little bit of a zing. And then I've got like,
veg.
yeah, just a little bit of a crunch. A little bit of a crunch, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, just and I just do like chicken top ramen, just like kind of throw some shit together and make it just a little bit more eggy than particularly usually, if you will. So, but yeah, that was nice. That was a nice time. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, like I've just been excited about getting my desk and my teleprompter set up and shit because I've been sitting on that for like a week. Maybe arguably 2 weeks. I've had the desk sitting over here against the wall. I had the teleprompter sitting over here in the corner, and I was finally today. I was kind of like, you know what? I could just sit here and play Destiny all day long, and then do some drawing, or I could do a little bit of drawing, a little bit of Destiny, catch up on House of the Dragon, which I did. Fucking good stuff, man. Fucking good stuff, boys. And then I was like, and then I'll just dedicate a good chunk of my day towards getting this shit up. And yeah, no, I'm happy about it. I'm happy for it.
Oh yeah.
Feels good, man.
Solid.
Feels good, dude. Also, House of the
So
Dragon.
that
dogs.
sounds
House of the
that
fucking
sounds like a
Dragon, man.
fairly productive Monday. Like all in all, you did a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I mean, like this weekend, like Marilyn's had her friend staying for the week up until Wednesday, and so I've been letting them catch up and do their thing, hang out because they haven't seen each other in a really long time. Her friend lives in Las Vegas, I think it is, so they don't get to see each other very often. So I was like, yeah, you guys go do your fucking thing. So we've been in passing, kind of just doing our usual like routine of like dinner and like watching a show or something like that. We finally finished the newest season of The Bear. Oh my fucking god!
Yeah, I haven't finished yet. I'm on episode 2. Only because I rewatched everything. I rewatched seasons 1 and 2 to lead into it.
Man,
So
Garrick.
I still haven't finished season 1.
Oh boy,
it's so fucking good.
My anxiety, dude.
Honestly,
yeah, for sure,
I
for
get
sure.
that. Like straight up. Like honestly, like the Seven Fishes episode in season 2 is literally just so stressful.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like it's such fucking compelling television.
It is,
Yeah.
man, and they've got a couple of episodes this season that are just remarkable television, just really, really well put together. There's one where like the entire episode just sits in this one scene, like the entire episode. It's incredible. It's fucking
Dude,
incredible.
I'm so fucking excited to like get into it and like really give that the second part of that season like a good shake, because like it's already been really intense and I can kind of see where it's going. I'm really worried that Kari is gonna like he's gonna fucking backslide this season. I can feel it in my fucking nuggets.
I'm not gonna ruin anything for you, my friend. I'm not gonna ruin anything for you. Xantho and chat, I've been playing Once Human, recouping for the Portland Pride Fest and Parade. Dude, I wanted to go to it so much, but we were so busy just like doing things this weekend that I didn't get a chance to, unfortunately. I know. I love going to Pride.
Pride in July?
Yeah. So they do so typically there's because Portland does the Portland like Rose Festival parade in June, they slide it to July sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, is there any
okay.
reason why?
Yeah. So we have like the big parade that happens here in June, and like the beginning of June, and so they kind of like use it doubly as both a Rose Festival and a Pride thing combined. But this is like the dedicated one for Portland. So yeah,
ours
lot
is
of fun.
Like if I want to go to one, I have to go all the way down to Salt Lake, because Ogden's kind of too small to really do one. But,
yeah, for sure.
but like I mean they probably could if they wanted to, but they don't. But no, but they never do it at like the same, like they're never it's like, so this year was on like the 3rd week, and last year it was like the 1st week of June, and so like it's never they're really inconsistent about
It's never
when they make the
consistent.
date. Yeah. So it's really irritating trying to like schedule. I wish it was like always like the same weekend or something, so that I could like, because my wife and I would always go, but like we end up missing it, or we double book and like miss it, or like
Yeah,
because I haven't gone the last 2 years, but which is really irritating because like usually we go, but we haven't done a lot of stuff in Salt Lake recently, so I think we're just kind of avoiding Salt Lake for number, because it sucks honestly. Salt Lake sucks.
I feel you, dude. I mean, Portland Pride's awesome because it's like so gay. It's so gay here. So like, it's like Pride here ends up being like this huge fucking party in the streets and shit like that. It's
definitely
such a
not
good
that
time,
welcoming here in Utah. That's for sure.
Yeah. Unfortunately. So you guys just gotta come here. If you want to shake some ass, come here. To shake some ass.
Literally, honestly, literally, just come like just come in July. Honestly, because like honestly, I need to come visit again. Anyways, I don't know if I'm gonna get around to coming to Oregon this year. But
sure.
Oh, hi, hello. This is my introduction, by the way. I guess we're just like I'm the host.
What's up, man?
We're talking a little bit about me. I have some other things about my week and my day that we're going to talk about. So, but this is hi. We're talking about me now before we do the intro part. Just so everybody can follow along, right? So it's not like right? Anyways, but yeah. So hi, but I need to come. I need to come visit Oregon again.
We should probably
coordinate.
coordinate.
I feel like since you looked at me.
We should coordinate because I know my family is interested in seeing the Pacific Northwest as well. So
hell fucking
dude,
yeah,
let's
dog.
do it. we should absolutely coordinate, and then we can all get like an Airbnb or something together.
Hell fucking
When we
yes.
come
Hell fucking
stay
yes,
out
we
here.
can.
Like, that's what we need to do. We only need to go down to
Goddamn,
like
baby.
Seaside. Well, and
Dude,
fuck
Good
Seaside. We should go
Kraken
to, like,
live,
Lincoln City.
live.
Well, here's the thing
Take-
too, is
take-
that like we
set
like,
up
we'll
at
all be
Lincoln
together.
City.
Same room.
you guys come here, Devin, just be like, just stay with me. Just stay at my place. And do you want to do that? You know what I mean? Do you really want to do that? Well, we can just go to an Airbnb and have freedom. You know what I mean? Just have
I'm gonna
freedom.
have my
That'd be so-
wife and my
honestly,
kid with
that'd be
me.
so
No,
much fun. That'd be so much fun to get like all of us together and go do something like that.
And just
That'd be
shake
super
ass.
duper
You know what I
enjoyable.
mean? Just shake ass in Portland, right? That's what we do here. We do
That's,
here.
I mean, yeah, that is definitely, there is a lot of ass shaking in Portland.
Mhm.
But we are not necessarily talking about ass shake. Not necessarily. That's an important distinction. Not necessarily talking about ass shaking this evening, because this is the Shipwreck Show, where once a week, every week, 4 of the Brother in Court gather together to discuss anything and everything that says and says the
season C's.
the season 7 Peter
The
Piper
season
picked
7.
back
The
to-
season 7.
fucking- the se-
Are we on season 7, dude? That's crazy.
Yeah, technically.
It's
if you
thrown
think
your
about it.
way. If you're right.
Let's throw your way.
If you're riding this wave, you can head on over to our Discord channel where you can submit questions and topics and get exclusive post-show content and have early access to episodes before they go live on podcast and video services. But you can also support and follow us by subscribing to Good Kraken over at twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show, or by subscribing to our YouTube channel by clicking the link in our
YouTube.
bio in order to get updates when new episodes go
you.
live everywhere. DJ,
What up, buddy?
we have a few very brief Kibbity Captain's orders. You guys can go check out our spoiler-free review of The Acolyte.
Kinda.
The gentleman, kind of.
Kind of.
He said, air quotes, it's mostly spoiler-free review. I wasn't there for that episode, so yeah, it's not my fault.
DG was teetering a line, was doing very good about teetering the line. Don't get me wrong. But Devin was kind of like,
That's all this about.
no, dog. And like, it's not a huge deal. It's not a huge deal. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Well,
I didn't
I
even
just
know
wanna
what
make sure
that
you're
was,
right.
Social media,
dude.
if you have social media, you already know.
It's spoiler-free.
Like,
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we got it.
Yeah.
The thing is,
right.
dude, I don't even know who the fuck that is. To be honest, I'm gonna be real honest.
There you go.
I don't
There you
even
go.
know who that is.
That's fair.
That's fair.
That's okay. That's fair.
So yeah, if you
I was
guys
gonna ask too.
if you guys want like a real opinion, like an actual genuine critical conversation
sure.
on
Give me-
whether or
give
not
me-
that
give
show
me-
is actually good,
Give me your
you
30-second
go watch
review.
that episode.
30-second review from Garrick right now, if you want to.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, okay.
I straight up like I'll own it. Like I haven't watched it yet. I have not started The Acolyte.
You should. Good stuff.
Why is Xander fucking whatever?
Is this your
Also
card?
no.
It's because I was playing with cards. I was playing with cards. He was like, well, I want to play with cards.
Also, folks, go check out that episode if you want like a real genuine conversation on whether or not that show is worth your time. Like seriously, these guys had a really good conversation about it, and it's actually it's what convinced me to kind of actually get going on the show. We also have our merch figured out. Samples are on their way. Finally, look, we're not going to get into the details. It was fucking Ernell's fault.
It was 100%. 100%.
But we fixed it now. And now once we got them, then we'll have the orders and website available. And if you guys want anybody to direct your complaints at, in the meantime, please tag at Ocean Shrine on Instagram, Twitter, and all social media platforms, and tell them that you want to suck a fart out of his butt.
I'm so ready. I just give me the word and I will click go live on the merch store.
Oh, for
God,
that. I thought you meant the
Dude.
fart out of the butt part.
I thought you were saying you were so ready to suck a fart out of his
That's
butt.
what I thought too.
And
Yeah,
like I was
wow,
gonna be
he
like,
is-
that's
I mean-
the kind of fucking team playership
Yeah.
I need around here.
Yeah.
But also, anyways, if you don't want to go, if you don't want to tag at Ocean Shrine on all social media platforms and tell him you want to suck a fart out of his butt, you can also go leave ratings and reviews on all of our other platforms that you listen to us on to get us up on the algorithm. But you got to leave a review to do that. And you should leave a 5-star review and then tell Ernell that you want to suck a fart out of his butt. And
right there on the review section.
Right there
type
on
it
the
up,
review.
Type it up. Pull
This
your
is
car
why
over
we
right
don't
now.
have any sponsors.
No, that's not why. That's
Nuh-uh.
not why. That's not why. It's because within the first 5 minutes of the show, I say, I'm shaking
horrendous
ass.
things. You say horrendous things.
Mhm,
Like you
yeah.
like yeah, anyways. But all right, guys. So I was on vacation recently, right?
Yes.
This
Yeah,
past
yeah,
week.
yeah.
I was my turn in the rotation.
That GKV. Yep.
And yeah.
Rotation, vacation.
Yeah, the rotation vacation, the vacation rotation. And my wife is also out of town, and we're also in the middle of a heat wave. And so like I like took it upon myself to just do like the most bachelor shit when I wasn't at work for the last week. Like I even though I still went to work. I went to work last week. But like when I got home from work, I took that vacation from the podcast serious as fuck. I didn't even walk into my office for 7 days. Like no joke. I did not enter this room. Like I didn't come in here if I didn't need to. It's been hot. It's been too much to be in here. So what I did was I took the spare mattress out of my guest bedroom, took it downstairs to my living room because I'm an adult and I can put a mattress in wherever the fuck I want in my house.
Yeah, confirmed.
Brought my PlayStation downstairs, hooked that up to the TV down there, and then honestly, literally have just been like laying on the mattress in my cold living room playing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot and just kind of letting my the neurodivergent freak flag fly a little bit. Like I was playing like DBZ Kakarot and also watching Dragon Ball Z Kai and like pacing my gameplay with the show. So I was fighting the fights while they were fighting the fights. And
That's crazy.
I have been like, I thoroughly just let myself enjoy my week by just doing whatever the fuck I wanted. I like downloaded Shadow of War, the Middle Earth like non-canon Lord of the Rings game. It's fucking fantastic, even though it's not canon. Everybody should play it. And like I played a little bit of that shit, and like I forgot how amazing the Nemesis system was, and like literally crafted like this bullshit like make your own story adventure with this one orc named Booble who fucking ambushed me the moment I booted up the game for the first time in 3 years, and then he killed me twice in a row. So I literally like systematically like went on a vendetta against this orc because he like put himself into like a war chief position by murking me 2 times, and so he thought he was hot shit. He was all big and strong. So I literally like tamed a bunch of dominated a bunch of orcs and then like made this big giant army and left like everybody except this fucking dude off my side. And then I didn't even recruit him at the end. There you have like this shame option where you can just like break their brain and tell them to fuck off. And I literally just did it until he was level 1. So I've just done whatever the fuck I've wanted for the last week.
I want this to be
really enjoyed my week.
I want this to be a testament to the folks at home that when we don't have this podcast, our lives are empty. I just hope people understand that like this, we do this podcast and it's become such a normal part of our lives that when we go on vacations, because we
entertain myself.
We try to do 2 vacations a year, right? So we do our end of the year vacation from, pretty much Christmas week going to the New Year's. And then halfway through the year, each one of us takes a week off from content and we just roll it for, one person each week until it's done. Each week that we have, let's just say, for example, like the Christmas to New Year's vacation that we do. Awful. I don't know what to do with myself. Even though it's like Christmas time, I'm like, oh, yay, Christmas, right? Christmas gets done, and I'm like, I still have 7 days. I still have 7 days to fill before we're back doing content again.
Yeah, we
And-
don't come back until like what, the first or the
It's
third
typically
or-
like the second, like anywhere from the
Yeah.
first to like the fourth, right? Depending on like
because we're generally gone from like, depending on how the calendar lines up, from just before, like the day before, like Christmas Eve, the day before Christmas Eve, until like just after New Year's, essentially.
Yeah. And it is fucking awful. It's terrible. Like, because I'm sitting here, I'm like looking at the clock, I'm like, oh, 6:45. Normally, I'd be like, oh, gotta get ready for podcast, right? And I'm over here like, now I gotta fucking spend time with my family. I gotta like, and so I'm over here like, and don't get me wrong, I love spending time with my family, but I'm so used to the hustle and bustle of like making content multiple times a week that like even my Tuesdays when I'm not on Death Ratio, because me and DJ rotate that, when I'm not on Death Ratio, I'm like, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah, my off Fridays always feel a little weird. Like I always feel like I always feel like I'm missing like a part of my day. Like I had something scheduled important that I needed to do but I forgot about it. Like that sort of feeling that like I feel like there was something I really had to do today, and it slipped my mind. And then at like 8 o'clock rolls around, and I'm like, it's not even my turn. That's what it is. It's like the podcast. But yeah. And so like basically I fucking rotted in my living room for like the last week. No shit, guys. I came home every day, except actually, no, I was going to say except for today, and I can't even say it because I fucking did it today too. And I have taken a nap 7 fucking days in a row. Why? Because I fucking can.
Oh,
Like, it's amazing.
Fucking wow.
Like literally,
I'm happy for you.
like I have come home from work, like, and like I don't know how like y'all like your sleep preference, but like I can't sleep.
I don't.
And like I don't have like sleep clothes or like pajamas.
Oh, that's
like
what
I
you mean.
just
Okay.
sleep in like my briefs, you know, like essentially.
I have like close to like gym clothes.
Aki says
yeah,
hydrate.
yeah. My wife more or less sleeps in like comfy clothes like that.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm a boxers or nude guy. That's what I am.
See, okay, yeah, and so I'm more or less same boat,
can't.
right? Like I wear my
can't.
briefs, right? And so like I come home and like I bought my mattress, and I literally have like a spare mattress in my living room right now. I like come home, literally threw my clothes off in the middle of my living room, flopped down onto my mattress, threw an episode of Dragon Ball Z on, played Dragon Ball Z on my portal, or vice versa. I would watch Dragon Ball Z on my phone while playing Dragon Ball Z on the TV. And then like I would just take a 2-hour nap, and then I would wake up, and then I would just fucking do more of that. And
I just want to be clear too about because I'm rewinding my brain back a little bit where Xander was like, I couldn't do that. I can't do like the naked boxer sleep, right? Most people that I've told that like I like to sleep naked at night have been like, wow, that's crazy. Like, what are you gonna do if someone breaks into your home, right? And I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna fight him naked.
I'm
dog.
gonna fight him fucking like that sounds
I'm
fucking
gonna-
amazing. Are you kidding me?
Dude, like
Imagine breaking
the
into
fear.
someone's
Imagine
breaking
the
into
fear.
someone's house, and you go up the stairs and you're just like creeping, right? And you look up the stairs, and the silhouette of a 300-pound man at the top of the stairs says, "What are you doing in my house?" And then leaps at you in the darkness. You're never gonna break into
that's what
someone's
I'm
home
saying.
again, dude. Ever again.
Like the naked power leap that is available. It's like a once in a time home defense move, man. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I wouldn't even bother to put clothes on. Like I would wait until the intruder was at the bottom of the stairs, and then like I'm leaping from the top of my stairs down there.
100%,
like,
dude.
And, like they're getting a mushroom stamp straight to the forehead.
Absolutely. You know that scene in 300 where like the guy jumps down with like the sword, he goes to like cut off like that guy's arm or whatever.
Yeah.
It's that.
That's exactly
But
what
with,
I was
like,
imagining.
Yeah,
Wiener.
literally slow motion and everything. I'm just flying down the
Zack
fucking stairs.
Snyder
dude.
slow mo move. Like,
I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying, man. And like, here's the deal. I love to fight.
His elbow was stifling.
What better situation is there than to fight somebody ass naked, right? They're gonna lose because they don't know how to handle that. They don't know
what
how
do
to
you
handle
do
that.
with
Like,
that, man?
What do you do?
What do you do with that?
Like, they're
Like, what do you
so-
like? Honestly, like
There's so many people that are like internally homophobic that they're just like, oh, dude, not the dick, right? I'm like, oh, no, you're getting all the dick. You're getting all the dick right now, right now.
You came into my house.
Like, we're just touching you everywhere. Do you like? I'm putting my dick on you. I'm putting my dick on your family. I'm just like everybody's getting the dick.
You crossed the precipice of the threshold of my home. This is consent, bitch.
Yeah, and that's where we're gonna end that conversation because I don't know how we continue from that and still have it be an okay conversation. So
No, it's not, because it wouldn't be an okay conversation. But,
yeah, I'm still a little like dumbfounded.
Garrick, I'm glad that you got a staycation in away from podcasts. I'm glad that you got that, my friend. I don't know how you napped so much because I fucking hate naps personally. But good for you.
Them.
Good for you, man.
I love them. Like honestly, it definitely fucked up my sleep schedule a little bit.
Yeah,
I was absolutely staying up pretty late during like the vacation time. But like all in all, like it was a really it's so weird to have so much free time, especially so much free time where like not only was like I like off from the podcast, but like my wife isn't home, which means the dog also isn't here. And so like I'm literally in the house it's just me and the cats, man. And so like I've just been walking around the house in my fucking underwear playing Dragon Ball Z like a fucking slob. So
Like that.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
I love that for you so much.
Or you said you had a little something.
We all had a moment like, oh god, that sounds nice.
Yeah, well, no,
peace and quiet,
for real
right?
though, like because I look back at like my vacation time and I was just like, I was not resting. I mean, there were moments where it was like, there was like moments where like I know like normally I'd be like chatting with you guys or something like that, but like or like you guys are busy with the podcast and stuff like that, and like I think during that week I actually did more modding for you guys than I have all year long.
Yeah, during that week. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, because we don't
for real.
I didn't really have anything else to do, and like you guys are busy, so I didn't really have anyone to play games with or anything like that. So I'm just like, fuck, I guess I'll mod. I'm looking at you, Devin.
So my thing,
like literally.
My thing that I have for you guys. So the other week, you guys remember me mentioning that me and Marilyn went up to Olympia, which Garrick said, and I quote, I think it might have been Xander. Xander said, I've heard of that place before. Did a thing about that in school. That was pretty good. That was good stuff. Yeah, we went up to Olympia and to visit her family, and pretty much it was like her family, her like aunts, dad, brother's wife, uncle's girlfriend, and then me. So I'm like, well, firstly, I'm the only melanated man here, right? There's Phil, Marilyn's sister-in-law. She's also part Filipino, so her and I get to kind of like click. But she also comes from like a rich family, so she doesn't like vibe the same way. I'll get into that another time. But she's a nice girl. Don't get me wrong. She's a nice girl.
There's a big difference between struggle Asian and rich Asian.
Just
saying. Is there a movie about that? Pretty sure there's a movie about that.
There is. She wouldn't be. I wouldn't be able to have any like relatable conversation with her outside of being Filipino, right? So we're like, oh yeah, Lumpia's good. Right. Cool, like great. We've been talking about that for fucking 30 plus years of our lives. Anyways, while we were there, Marilyn's aunt Haley, absolute sweetheart, love this woman to fucking death, recommended, hey, we should play this game that Marilyn recommended we played a long time ago. It's a card game that you guys might have seen on the internet, called We're Not Really Strangers. And the idea is that the cards are literally just questions that run in phases. So phase one, you're just drawing a card, you're answering the question, and they're very kind of like general questions about you and your feelings, right? And then phase two typically is you're drawing, and then you have to be asking that question to another person. That person answers, and then everyone else kind of gives the answer to what they think that person's answer would be. And then phase three is the same thing as phase one, but the questions are much deeper, right? A little bit more interpersonal, if you will. Tonight, what I want to do is do some phase three questions with you guys, because I feel like we're at a point in
This
our
was fun.
friendships that we either know a lot about each other or we don't know anything at all, right? From like a personal level, like we know about each other, but I don't feel like we know about each other. You know what I mean? And it's time we crush that right fucking now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Well,
I need
if
to
that's
know
the case,
more.
I'm
That
gonna
sounds
refill
fun.
my glass and because yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So I have the cards. I'll draw the cards. I'll just ask the question, and then just go around the table. Who that person has to answer the question. Super easy peasy. You know what I'm saying? Super easy peasy. And whoever gets really hard questions, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? Now the thing is, and before we get going, so while we're waiting for Xander here, have you guys heard of this at all? Like, I don't know if you guys
I've
have
heard
seen.
of games like this, but not this specific one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because there's like videos that you guys see of like couples that are like.
I was gonna be like, is this like a TikTok trend sort of game?
It was a long time ago.
Okay.
It's one of those, actually more of a Facebook thing. A long time ago, but there's like different friend versions, the standard edition friend versions, couples versions, kids and parent versions. There's like tons of different like styles that they have for like individual sets, so that you can kind of like have questions that are, you know, more specific towards the occasion and like what the relationship is. Marilyn and I, we have the couples edition, and every time that we have a road trip that's any longer than like 30 minutes, we break out these cards and we're just like asking each other questions. Highly recommend this exercise for anyone that's in a relationship, you guys at home. Getting an opportunity like to know your partner on a deeper level as consistently as possible, big time recommend. Because some people just don't know what questions to ask, right?
Right.
They just don't know what questions to fucking ask. And this is a really great way to be like, well, now you don't have any excuse. You know, the questions are right here. You don't have to sit here and fucking think about the questions for fucking ever. You know what I'm saying? So it's a really good way to do that. It's helped me and Marilyn a whole lot, being able to, like, one, check in with each other, and then two, keep up with, you know, our ever changing relationship, because relationships aren't the same forever. You know what I mean? Like, they change. Even friendships change over time. People have different needs over time that you want to try to like tap into and make sure that you're keeping up with. So highly recommend the couples edition for anyone that's in a relationship. And with that said, Garrick, you're the host. Who do you want to go first? Okay. DJ.
I was thinking.
DJ.
Impatient ass.
What's up, brother?
Oh wait, actually, no, sorry. There's some wild card things in here that are like, oh, you have to like
you
act
pulled a
this out.
Joker card.
So we just answer it like
You just answer the
asking-
question. I'm just gonna give you the, because there's like different ones that are like, oh, there's like activities like you can draw and like write on like a notepad or whatever, or like write something to the person in front of you. There's things like that. Obviously we can't do that. So
Not yet.
DJ, do you think you fall in love easily? Why or why not?
This is. I would say I haven't, like, an immediate answer came up to mind, right? But it's been
1 week
so
since I looked at me.
long, and I feel like I've gotten so much. I've put a lot of thought into this question specifically because I ask it myself. I think I do, but honestly, it's only if I feel like the energy is reciprocated. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I have to feel that from the other person I'm talking to, because like I am just as easily turned off or just like uncomfortable or just like I'm not fucking with this anymore as fast as I am to fall in love. So it's like it's
So you
like
think you
it's
fall
a flip.
in and out of.
Yeah. Well,
quickly.
but it's a different question whether I once I fall into love, it's hard for me to fall out. You know what I mean? Like, it's very hard. Very hard. And that's just like an insecurity and like stuff that I've been like trying to figure out how to deal with for myself. But I would say yeah, because it's on like if it's if the person I'm talking to reciprocates that energy back in some way, or if I feel like there's a connection between me and that person, then yeah, I fall in love pretty easily.
Okay. I appreciate that transparency, dog. Yeah, a lot of people would probably think that they fall in love and not be willing to like admit that. Because like some people are like real fucking like backwards and jaded about that shit. So good on you.
Dude, I'm a
being forward
hopeless
about it.
dude. I'm a hopeless romantic through and through, dude.
Same, my boy.
same.
Same. Yeah.
Same.
Like,
And my wife is
and-
not.
yeah,
I
and
was
I feel
once.
like I have to find someone that shares that with me, like those ideas with me too, because like I want to do those corny like romantic gestures.
Oh
like,
fucking yeah.
I
baby.
want to go get you flowers and like take you on like a picnic date or something. Let's go see an art gallery. You know what I mean? But like but I want to do all that corny stuff. Like I want to do just like I wouldn't even say it's corny. It's just like it's just stuff I want to do. You know, like
It's corny, but it's good
whatever-
corny. You know what I mean? It's good corny.
Yeah, or like, and it even doesn't have to do with anything like that. We could just chill, like we could just like talk about video games and shit like that. Like as long as we have a few things in common, we can talk about. Because I think I enjoy conversation a lot. Like, because I'll talk your ear off. You guys know this. I'll talk each one of you guys' ear off about anything. Even if I feel like you don't even care what I'm about to talk about. I'll keep going. I'll keep going.
So like what
For
you guys
sure.
were talking about at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, I mean, Garrett cared because Garrett
I'm
knew that
messing,
I
I'm
cared.
messing.
You know what I'm saying? But like, you guys were just around. You know?
Honestly, in
enough, my boy.
situations like that, I wish I knew more so I could jump in the conversation and be like actually like add to it.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
See, I
you can
do
also ask
every-
questions too. I'm down to like but
DJ's the guy. He's
Oh.
the guy.
yeah, I was gonna say like, dude, I'm so down to have a conversation anywhere. Like I said, like I don't know what episode I said it on, like a few days ago or a week ago. I said like I have the biggest like RBF resting bitch face, and so or like I just look like I don't want to be bothered, and that's like 20% true.
Same.
Like when I'm not smiling, like it's like it you can't see my face, audio listeners. I'm sorry, but just trust me on that.
Yeah, for
But like
audio listeners,
as soon
we
as
look
someone
angry.
someone goes like, "Hey, what's up?" or something, like I my face lights up immediately. I'm like, "Yo, hey, what's up?" You know, great. Yeah, it is great
He
weather.
does. He does.
It's amazing weather today.
I love that for you,
So-
man. All right. Well, good answer, DJ. Thank you, good sir. Garrick, do you want me or you to go next? That's going to kind of dictate our rotation here.
I'll go next, I guess.
Okay. Garrick, your question. That's a wild card. Never mind. Garrick,
Okay.
finish.
Love the little the head tilt he did there right before he read that.
Because
Love that
goddamn,
for you.
we're rolling now, baby.
Hold on.
Garrick,
Uh-oh.
Love that.
finish the sentence. When I'm hurt, I blank.
Ooh.
Want to be left alone.
Okay.
Honestly,
Valid.
like straight up.
Valid.
And it's not. I didn't even necessarily know it's like a double-edged sword too, because like I seek conflict. I'm a conflict-driven person. Like I definitely get like a little bit of dopamine out of a good argument. Like I fucking love a good argument.
Fellow
I
debater,
prefer it
let's
to
go.
be. I prefer it to be obviously meaningful and constructive. Like I'm not trying to fucking ruin friendships and
Of course,
relationships
of
when I
course.
do it. But I really do. Like I genuinely do love like a good argument. I love arguing with people, especially when like we're having like when it's meaningful. But on the flip side of that, when things get personal or when like things get taken too far, like when I feel like my feelings have personally been hurt, my absolute first instinct is just to remove myself from that situation because I know I seek conflict and when I get hurt, I like that that frustration comes out and I want to engage in that conflict. So I've taught myself the opposite, to remove myself from that situation.
Yeah.
So that I
Yeah.
don't do or say something that I might accidentally regret, because in the past I have said things in the heat of the moment because I felt because I felt attacked or like personally hurt. So it's just like, well, if you're gonna hurt me, I'm gonna say something that feels like just as hurtful. And obviously, like I always regret it after the fact, but like once words have left your mouth, you can't ever unsay them. So like that has gotten me into trouble in the past. So like I've gone through great lengths to see, like, when I get myself getting to that sort of place, I try to like remove myself from that. And it doesn't matter like who it's with, like it'll be like friends or family. And sometimes I can see it, and like I can be really like cool about it, and like I can just like step away, or like I can just be like, hey, like, like I'm like, or like I'll try to like slip out nonchalantly, not make like a deal out of it, like, hey, like I'm just gonna call it a night, thanks for the games, thanks for the whatever, like but like there's definitely been times where like I fucking like click exit, fucking ejecto cedo, disconnect from chat, like sort of moments where like I need to remove myself because like and it's because I love these people, and I'm not in a loving mindset right now. And like, and I don't want one bad moment that they might not have necessarily even like, that hurting my feelings might not have necessarily even been their intent. Right. But my perception in that moment, like, doesn't really matter. Like my perception doesn't care whether or not they meant to hurt my feelings in that moment. So me removing myself from that situation, it helps me. It's helped me maintain my level-headedness and being able to come back and like circle back to those people, or when things happen, be like, hey, like this is why I did this, in case you guys were wondering, like I and then like explain my way out of it, so I can be like, hey, this is why I acted the way I did in this instance.
Can I tell you guys something that I'm actually like kind of proud of myself for, that happened a little while back? So we went on that trip down to Bend for that like resort thing, me and Marilyn and like her coworkers and stuff. And after her coworkers left, they allowed us to stay an extra day as sort of a birthday present to Marilyn.
Nice.
And that day, there was a moment where Meryl was like cooking dinner or whatever, and I was like, oh, hey, I'll go jump on the grill really quick and finish up these like burgers and hot dogs that we were making. And I went out there, and she was like, hey, babe, like, please don't put cheese on the burgers because they're going to melt. And I've cleaned this grill like 8 times this weekend. I don't want to do it again. I was like, well, okay, not a problem. And I like got to a point where like the burgers were done, and I was kind of like, if I put them on the plate, the cheese isn't going to melt enough. You know what I mean? Like the conundrum, like, fuck, okay. What if I like put the cheese on and then just like quickly take off the burger, right? Before it like makes any sort of like real mess. Okay, cool, I'll do that. And I like went to go put the cheese on, and just my fucking luck, as I'm putting cheese on the burger, Marilyn's
straight onto the grill
at my fucking shoulder. Look, pretty much all but like peeking over me, and she was like, babe, I told you don't put cheese on it. And I had a very like 20-year-old Ernell reaction to that was very like, get off my fucking back, kind of like, you know what I mean? And I very frustratedly said, I'm not putting cheese on them, chill the fuck out, like in a like pretty upper toned voice. And I stopped.
There was like that edge.
There was some edge to it. There was some, you guys know how I can get sometimes.
Yeah.
I said it with that voice, and I never talked to Marilyn like that ever in my fucking life. Would never fucking talk to this woman like that. And I did. And she was like, okay. And I stopped, and I just put down the spatula, and I was like, I'm so sorry, babe. I shouldn't have said that to you.
I'm fucking sorry.
I'm so sorry. Like that, like you didn't deserve that. I'm sorry. And she was like, it's okay. I love you. And I was like, I love you too. And I got the burgers off and I put them away. But I was like so proud of myself, because like 8 years ago, I would have let that become a fight. 100%. I would have let that become a fucking fight. I would have argued that to the end of my fucking days 8, 9, 10 years ago. Oh my God, it would have gone ballistic. But this time I was like, no, I fucked up. I fucked up. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, honest. That's maturing right there. Honestly, it's like because that would have been the same thing. As I would have made like a mountain out of a molehill there, 100% if I were in that scenario. Also, Xander.
In that vein, I do want to bring this up. There's one thing that even like Jackie had even like started pointing out, like instances where like a lot of times we would have discussions that would turn into arguments and stuff like that, and they'd get heated and stuff like that. Recently, she's like pointed out like times where we get into these discussions and arguments that could potentially lead into those like really bad arguments, and then but we cut it off right there. We apologize. We recognize it, and she's even been the one who's like, you know what? I'm proud of us. I'm proud because like 2 years ago we would have been yelling at each other and stuff like that, but we're making it. We're progressing.
It's growth, baby. It's growth, baby.
Yeah.
Speaking of growth, with Xander, your question, my good sir. Have you changed your mind about anything recently?
Honestly,
Even if it was small.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, like
Even if it was big?
I mean, okay, I didn't want to talk about, but the only thing I can really think about at this time is politics.
Give it to us.
I for the longest time I didn't give a shit about politics. Even though I got to a point where they were. I mean, I worked for the fucking federal government. Okay,
Like you changed your mind on politics, like just as a whole.
Yeah, as a whole, like because like they were directly affecting me at that point. They were, directly affecting my paycheck. Like there was a point where the government shut down and the Coast Guard was not getting a fucking paycheck. Okay, and I still was like kind of in that mindset of like I don't know if I care about politics. Like because they're both parties with dipshit people that do dipshit things and make dipshit decisions for us dipshits. We're a dipshit central. But recently I've actually been like within the last few years I've been like really like, oh shit, I'm like actually paying attention to this and like genuinely like concerned about the future of this country. Like holy shit. Like not to get into details, I don't want to get into that subject at all, but yeah, I would say politics is probably the one thing that I've really changed my mind about recently.
That's a big change your mind, honestly. I also feel like that's like another one of those things that kind of comes with like maturing a little bit, right? And just kind of understanding that like even though like at the end of the day, like we only have control over like our own little corner of the world, which is essentially nothing in the grand scheme of it all. Like we should still try to give a shit about other people on this planet because we're all people, right? And like, and ultimately for you to do that, you have to care about politics.
Yeah. Unfortunately, well, Garrett can attest for this. A good maybe 5-6 years ago, I was very outspoken on this stuff online. Very, very outspoken. I was willing to. Hi, Baba. I love you.
Yeah, he was like fighting in the proverbial streets online.
Yeah, I would have those fucking debates with fucking anybody. Fucking give it to me, dog. Like I'll take you on. I'll take your friends on. I don't give a fuck. I eventually took a back seat on it because it was exhausting being that way with the political conversation. Because eventually I was kind of like, God, it's just these people are never gonna like get it. They're never going to. They don't want to. So they're never going to like expunge that conversation. Like it's just not going to happen. So I'm just
and you find that on either side too.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, like there's
you find yourself like talking to a brick wall almost.
I have 3 rules when it comes to like engaging in modern politics: observe, discuss, decide.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is too is that like there's just a very specific type of person that gets involved with political conversations that are just impossible to have conversations with. And
they're very fixed mindset individuals.
And there were a lot of those type of people some years back. If you guys remember, everything was fucking haywire, so a lot of people were up in arms and feeling defensive and stuff. I was just over it. I was like, I'm not going to do that. But this stuff is going on right now is wildly important. There's a lot of things that are happening functionally around the world and across the United States that, you know, we got to be very wary of because we have kids, and and those kids are gonna have to live in this world after we're long and past and don't have to deal with this shit anymore. Baba, you look good.
I think that's the other thing too that made me like really like open my eyes to this, because like a lot of this stuff is going to directly affect my daughter as well. Like I'm just like, fuck.
See, and I
gotta
don't
like
have kids. That's like one of the contributing factors as to why I chose not to have kids. Because I
Right.
engaged. It's because I started engaging in politics. Like, right, flip two sides of the same coin. It's just like I don't have
Right.
kids because I understand the politics of our country, and you're just like I do have kids, so I need to understand the politics of our country, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Well, I suppose we'll see. I'm glad that you
Good
had a
answer.
change of heart.
That's a
there.
that's a good answer though. Super solid answer.
Yeah, very much so. Let's see. My question: is there a feeling you miss?
Ooh.
Well, I'm immediately taken
Ew.
aback to Inside Out 2, hearing that question.
I gotta see that movie still. I want to see it really bad.
Dude,
Yeah, you
please
do.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
wanna see-
do.
I want to see it real bad, dude. I love the first movie.
It's the second one's so good.
A feeling I miss. I've had it on my mind a lot about when I was coaching sports and why I was coaching sports. I'm getting older now, and like I'm at an age now where some of my coaches were when I was playing ball. And you know, like not all of them, obviously more of them were like 45, 50, you know, going on, but some of them were, you know, 35, even 30. One of our coaches was 30, and it's been in my mind a lot lately because I felt like, you know, back then my reason for coaching was because I was wanting to get into a career field that was involving children, and making a difference in kids' lives was something that I found personally profound. It was fulfilling for me at the time because
Yeah,
of what I
same.
was wanting to get into and what sports did for me when I was a teenager. And so, yeah, when I was coaching, it felt great because it felt like you're so directly involved in keeping these kids off the streets, keeping these kids away from fucked up home situations, giving these kids someplace to go to every day, a meaning to their life that's much bigger than just their, you know, friend drama or you know, doing studies and shit like that. And that's kind of like the reason any kids, you know, start playing sports. They're just looking for that extra thing to fulfill them.
Outlet.
Yeah, exactly. And then on top of that too, it was just like when I was playing ball, like I you know, I told people all the time, and like it's weird in the music scene because like in the music scene, like a lot of people don't play sports if they're musicians, and they
Yeah.
were actually the kids that were
Yeah,
getting
it's like either
bullied
or.
by the kids that were playing sports back in the day. And being a person that's, you know, now in the music industry, coming off of having had played sports before, the like sports saved my fucking life when I was a kid because I could have gotten back into gangs. I could have gotten back into doing tons of fucking drugs and like just ruining my fucking life, and doing sports gave me this thing to be able to say like I don't care about all that stuff because I care about winning, and I care about like doing good in this sport and like learning how to do that and like be better and potentially make something of that later on. And so I understand like the effects that like sports can have on a teenage boy who is so thoroughly lost. And I've been thinking a lot lately that I've kind of missed that feeling of being like the guy, you know what I mean? Like the guy who's like going to the kid and being like, don't fucking do that because you're going to ruin your fucking life doing that shit, right? Or like you need to learn how to do this because other people are depending on you to learn how to fucking do this. And if you don't figure that out, you're failing them and yourself. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of lessons that come in
Yeah.
sports. And I kind of miss that feeling of being like the guy that these kids go to and say like, coach, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And then like being able to kind of like be there as sort of a person for them to just say, look, it's going to be fine. you know, and because as a parent, you know, myself, like it's different than parenting your own kid when it's another
Yeah.
kid, you know,
Mhm.
because it's
Yeah.
not, you don't have any obligation to this fucking other kid. But when this random fucking child is thankful for you to be in their life, it feels nice. It feels really good.
Yeah, I was like, when a child has chosen you as their trusted adult, like take that shit seriously.
Yeah, for sure.
I miss it a lot, man. I miss it a lot these days. And eventually one day I do hope that I can maybe, you know, have the time to get back into coaching again if, you know, this ever becomes like my full-time
Dude,
job or whatever. But
I
like,
100% can see you coaching if your kid gets into any sports. And
I was gonna
just
say, like,
coaching.
if your kid is like involved in like soccer or anything like that, like, see if you could like put in like, hey, I want to be the coach, you know? Because like,
See,
man,
I
like, here's the
scoff.
thing, as a
I bet you
rugby
Arlen
player,
would
I
fucking
can't let her play
crush.
soccer.
I
you know
bet
what
you
I'm
she would. I bet you she would fucking crush softball.
Because hear me out,
Oh,
like
yeah,
I scoffed
yeah.
at the idea early on too when Lydia did soccer one season, and then like the more like I would go to her practices and go to her games and stuff like that, the more I actually started seeing myself, because I played soccer growing up and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So like I have, that's where my head's at, and like I'm like watching the coach. I'm like, I wouldn't do it that way. I'm like, and then next thing you know, I'm like, am I on my phone in my notes writing down like, okay, what can she work on when we get home? Like, what can like, and I started getting that mentality. I'm just like, I think I could probably do it if she was interested in going back. Like, and not just because obviously like I want my kid to be successful as well, but like maybe I was a troubled kid too growing up, and maybe there's some part of me getting involved in the upbringing of these kids and maybe imparting some sort of, albeit unorthodox wisdom, maybe help them not take the path that I took at one point, you know? So
Well, the only
Yeah,
reason I
yeah,
made that
it makes you
face is
think about it.
because he sounds a rugby player and we don't like soccer. So we can
one
do
more question each?
one more round. I think we can do one more round.
Yeah,
we can
do one more round,
We
I
can wing
think.
that out. DJ,
We're back to DJ.
your last question, sir. What's been the best compliment a stranger has ever given you?
Dude, that's
Nice
Crazy.
cock.
I wish, man. I fucking wish. I don't really get compliments from strangers, actually.
Sure.
At least
mean, that's
if
all
I did,
surprising
I
me
can't
either,
remember
to be
because
honest.
it's like I think someone said
Because it
I don't know. I think
It
someone
doesn't have to be physical, right? Like it can be about fucking
Yeah.
anything, you know. Nice.
Like, for
Yeah,
example, I
but-
remember I was walking around DC and I wore the Destiny Forsaken t-shirt.
Good
And
shirt.
I had one person like walk by like, Ripcade, bro. I was like, dude, too soon.
That's fucking funny.
What do you think, Andy?
But,
What do you think?
I'm thinking. I think someone complimented my hat.
Love those compliments. Hell yeah, love that shit.
Mhm.
But you know, it was just it was just in passing. I don't think like I don't get it complimented often. So I think that's like the best one I got.
Yeah,
That one.
it's not a
Give me
common
another
thing.
one, dude. I feel like
Yeah, sure. If you want to do another, here we can go.
You know,
Oh
another
yeah.
one.
Oh, this is better. Oh, this is
Here
better.
we go. Here we go.
What that ass, dude? No, I'm just kidding. What would your younger self not believe about your life today?
Ooh, that's really
That is a
good,
great
dude.
question.
That's
Holy.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody else needs to refrain from wanting to answer. Let DJ answer.
Yes, let DJ do his thing. Yeah.
What would my younger self not believe about my life now?
There's gonna be 8 Tekkens.
Probably just doing this in general. Like just being able to be a part of this podcast and just talk about things that I enjoy and have fun. I don't think my younger self like it. I don't think my younger self believed in a lot about what I didn't think I'd have like a beard. I didn't think I'd I didn't think I'd you know what? I didn't think when I was a kid, I accepted the fact that I might not lose my virginity until I was 25. And I lost it at
Fair.
17.
Okay. Yeah.
At 17.
There you go. Nice.
You know what I'm
nice.
saying? So like I never looked that far in the future. As much as I do now. You know, cuz I was just like I'm like I just need to get through the next day or whatever. Just need to get to this just need to get through middle school, need to get through high school. Um it was only like just recently until like I figured out like what I wanted to do with my life and what a goal I want to set out was. But I don't think my younger self like if I went back in time and I told him about like my life now, I think my younger self would think I'm the coolest person ever.
Fuck yeah,
Ever.
man. Fuck yeah, dude.
And I gotta
That's
remind
good.
myself of that.
That's
like I gotta
good,
remind
man.
myself of that every now and then. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I gotta just
You're that
let
bitch.
myself
Yeah,
know.
dude. For real.
yeah.
Good man.
Mhm.
I'm glad, dude. That's good. That's a
Oh,
good thing
yeah.
to say
Yeah,
about
that's-
yourself, dude.
Honestly, I'm gonna take that with me after tonight.
Oh yeah.
Just that
Yeah.
alone.
I'm that
that
bitch.
mindset
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
say it.
Just
Say
know
it.
that your kid self would think you're the coolest
I'm that
fucking
bitch.
guy ever.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Perfect. Garrick,
Mhm.
Yes.
have you ever
me
told
with it.
someone I love you but didn't mean it? And if so,
Ooh.
why?
Oh fuck.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh damn! He said absolutely, dog.
Absolutely.
Oh,
He
shit,
said,
dude.
"Fuck it."
I mean, look, if we're being
Fuck.
fucking like, if we're just being transparent and honest, like,
Yeah, no, for sure, for
yeah,
sure.
when I was younger, I definitely didn't really have like a good, like, healthy mindset towards like relationships and like
Mhm.
taking care of my partners.
Uh huh.
And there was definitely a time where I was like, I would just like 18, like in that 17 to 19 range, I guess it's probably around there, where like I was, not like a young man, like honestly, like a genuine young man. Uh, and like and I definitely used like the concept of love as like a tool, like to get like what I wanted out of a relationship.
Mm.
Mhm.
And yeah, like it was like it was a means to an end, and I didn't necessarily like mean what I was saying, or the feelings weren't genuine. Like I was just using it to further my own relationship like goals, essentially.
Mhm.
Like it was like a status symbol. And also there were times where like I didn't really understand. I have a very complicated relationship with understanding what love was
Sure.
and like what
Okay.
it meant for me.
I can
And
understand that.
so like there was a time where like I used it as like a tool for manipulation, because I didn't necessarily believe in the things that I was saying or engaging in
Sure.
with my partners. um they say that like you truly fall in love like 3 times in your life, but I don't feel like that's happened for me personally. Like I've had people that I've loved, but I've really like I would say like my wife is like the only person I've like fallen in love with.
Okay.
Um
Yeah.
and so like the concept of like what love was to me and like how I used it wasn't very like honest. It was pretty disingenuous when I was young, because I didn't have a good idea of like what it meant to genuinely love someone and what that should look like in a healthy way. uh and because in my life love was conditional. Like I wasn't like it wasn't reciprocated by all of my family member or my parents, just because I was their family. And so I had kind of a fucked up, like kind of perverse idea of like what it was to like be loved or to get somebody's love. And so I had a concept of like, love was something that I kind of had to be like earned or
Sure.
worked for, because like that was kind of how I had. So like I would use it to try to get other people to like, to try to like to get like to like elevate either like the status of a relationship, or like access to sex earlier than a relationship. Then I like you know, like rushing things along, like that sort of stuff. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't good. It wasn't healthy. Like it wasn't healthy relationship behavior. Like I wasn't being respectful to my partner or to like my own feelings. And like it was super, super, super self-destructive. Um, and then actually after I moved to Utah, I spent like almost 4 years just not in a relationship with literally anybody, like completely single. And that changed a lot for me. Like because I had a really because I got to sit down with myself and like understand like what self-love was and like what it was like to actually love myself and to be kind to myself.
Mhm.
And then to apply, and then and only then was I able to apply that like meaningfully to like the loving and beautiful relationship that I have now. But I definitely I had to like grow. I had to grow a lot in that sense as a person. Like relationships weren't something that I cherished when I was young. And I didn't cherish my partners when I was young. And it was a very
Yeah.
valuable lesson that I learned when I became older. And it's why like it, there was like one thing that like stood out to me, you know, like when I broke up with like my last before I was single for 4 years and got together with like my now wife. You know, like one of like when I did finally get with her, like one of my exes literally resurfaced and was just like after they found out I got married and they're like I hope you don't like cheat on them like you did with me. I was just like, and I was like, that's fucking fair, right? Like, you know, like just holding me
Mhm.
accountable, like for like past actions, sort of thing. And like, and I did, I've that has never even, I've never ever that's never even crossed my mind. With like when it comes to like my wife and my relationship with her now, because I understand what it means to love someone genuinely and mean it. I wish it didn't come at the stake of many relationships and friendships. It could have been
Sure.
meaningful when I was younger, but I'm grateful for the lesson that I learned in the light of that.
Sometimes it just takes a while, man. Like
Yeah,
sometimes some of us just need a lot of fuck ups before we finally fucking figure it out, dude. I get
yeah.
it, man.
Yeah.
I get it. Thank you for being transparent, sir. We appreciate you, dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Xander,
Yes, sir.
how can we add 1% more happiness to your life?
This is a quick answer. You guys already do. Like honestly, I think I randomly popped into staff chat like what was it, like a week ago or something like that.
Mhm.
Like just like thanking you guys for genuinely being my friend. Like you guys are honestly like my like longest friendships I've had in a long time. And it's meant a lot to me, honestly. And I don't know what I would do without you guys at this point. Even though like I've never met a single one of you guys in person to this date. Like it's crazy how like this relationship has blossomed over the years. And yeah, no, you guys literally have to do absolutely nothing, just being there.
I was telling
Hell yeah.
Marilyn the other week that like we have cultivated such a beautiful sort of like circle friendship with each other that doesn't allow like weird toxic bullshit to exist. We're like we just kind of like all just like genuinely care about each other and like genuinely care
Mhm.
about like how we're doing and like our feelings and like what we're doing, and we just enjoy like hanging out together. That like when we like leave chat, we're like, love you, dude, have a good night, and we say love you too, dude, take care, you know, sleep good or whatever. Like that like means something to us because dudes don't normally do that shit. And like a lot of dudes are like fucking weirded out by that shit. And like we just like force each other to like not care
Now
about
say it back.
that. Like
Say it back.
pussy. Like,
Say it
and,
back. Tell me you love me.
and it's rad, dude. It's rad. I mean, like
Yeah.
you guys really are some of like the closest friends I've ever had too. And so like it's cool, one, to hear from Xander, because that 100%, like I feel the same, dude. But two, it's just like being able to just hang out with you guys multiple days a week is a blessing that like I'm so grateful for, that we live in a world that we can just do Discord calls and record stupid ass content, and like people can watch us bullshit for fucking 2 hours, and like we would have been doing this anyways. You know what I mean? Like it's just cool.
Yeah.
It's cool that we get to do this. And you know, me and Garrick have known each other for fucking ages.
Literal ages.
And now we're closer than we even were back then. It's crazy, dude. It's fucking weird how like this shit lined up the way that it did. But anyways, yeah. I'm glad. I'm glad you feel that way, man. Thank you. Thank you for being here too.
Thank you.
Be on more content.
Hell yeah.
For real though.
God damn it.
Play games with us.
Yeah, I'm not the one that you have to convince. Okay.
I know. I'm a message Jackie and be like, God damn it. If you don't fucking give me your mans.
She can't ignore all of us.
she sure can't. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna start all messaging her. I keep getting wild cards. Here we go. Okay. All right. This one should be good. All right. Last question.
Final question.
What are you more afraid of, failure or success, and why? For me, that's an easy question. It's failure. And I'm so driven by that fear of failing, that it constantly keeps me wanting to push and do better all the time, actively, because I'm so terrified that I'm going to fuck this up around every corner, whether it's this podcast, whether it's my band, whether it's being a dad, whether it's my relationship. Like, I have so many different things that I'm constantly thinking, I can't fuck this up. I won't fuck this up. And I'm gonna keep doing better until one day I finally get to like wake up and just say like, fuck yeah, I did it, dude. Like, because failing is like such a non-option to me. Because I failed so much in my fucking life when I was younger. I was born into failure. I was born in like this super fucking. I was born in it. I'll never be a success at all. Yeah, not until I was a man.
I really need you to watch Inside Out too.
Yeah.
That,
Okay. All right. No, I was born into a super poverty family with a bunch of kids, and our mom that couldn't afford to take care of all of us. You know, she had to work 2 jobs and was gone all the time. So my older siblings had to like babysit me and my younger siblings all the fucking time. So I never really like got a taste of success until it was successes that I got for myself, whether it was sports, whether it was, you know, friendships or video games, reading books, you know, it was like small successes, you know, and like it felt good to me to get those successes because I was like, well, the rest of my life isn't fucking shambles. So I'd love to be able to knock out the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy for the fucking 7th time. You know what I mean? And like that felt good for me. But now as an adult, it's such a non-option to me because of the stakes that are involved. Like if I fail, my family's fucked. Right? Like I have more than just my own failure at stake. Like I have my daughters, I have Marilyn's, I have mine. I have people at work that count on me to make sure I do my fucking job. I have 3 guys in my band that you know, lean on me to make sure everything's taken care of. If I'm not making sure everything's lined up here, the entire podcast fucking crumbles. Like I constantly kind of have just like things, so many things that are relying on me to make sure my shit is fucking straight, that failing is just, I can't. And because of such, I'm constantly telling myself every year that like I need to be better than I was last year. If I'm not a better version of myself than I was a year ago, then I'm not doing enough, right? That means whether I'm getting paid more, whether or not the content's better, whether or not like I'm, you know, delegating things better, whether or not my schedule's more clean, like whatever it is. I just feel like I need to be doing better than I was a year ago in order for me to feel good. Because to me, that feels like the straight shot towards being successful down the road.
Always going up.
Yeah, right. And
even if it's a little, but always going up.
And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I suppose I'm mostly just terrified of failing because I don't want to let other people down. I don't want to let my daughter down. I don't want to let you guys down. I don't want to let my band down, Marilyn down, nobody. I don't want to let anybody fucking down by misstepping. So yeah, I worry about that shit a lot. Xander.
Yeah, I just wanted to jump in because I too have those similar fears, and it's like it's not only like I get it might just be me, but like it's like one of those things where like if you do fail in the event that you like this is my anxiety at work, like if you do fail, like the X amount of years that you put towards said thing that you're like working so hard for, like it's just like that's all this wasted time, like you're just like, and then that in turn like that's what gets me like just like so just like caught up in my own like anxiety and stuff like that. I'm just like, fuck, dude.
Well,
like,
see, my thing about it is like my mindset behind failure when I fuck something up is I'm more frustrated and angry at myself for not having had been better prepared, because I like am so preemptive about everything all the time. That's why I'm able to get podcasts ready in 3 fucking minutes, because I fucked up at some point or another. I found a way to fix it and promised myself it's never going to fucked up again. Ever. And so I make sure that every single time we get on here, I'm ready to fucking go in fucking 5 minutes, because I'm like, that's set up, that's set up, that's set up. It's never going to fuck up again, right? With the band, scheduling stuff, it's always constantly making sure that everything is there. Because if I don't, the only person I have to blame is myself. Period. Because I like to practice this sort of like sense of radical self-responsibility of like, even if it is wholeheartedly not my fault, like wholeheartedly, like I had nothing, there was nothing else I could have possibly have fucking done, I'll still blame myself to some extent or another. Because for me, it's like, even if it was the other person's fault, what could I have done to avoid that person fucking that up? Right? Like, what could I have done better to make sure that they were better set up to not fuck that up, right? And even if it is my fault, you know, I'm always asking myself, like, what can I do to do better next time to make sure that this doesn't get so fucking screwed up in the future that I have to feel like this again? Because I don't like feeling like that.
With contingency plans, and then contingency plans for said contingency plans.
So when I fuck up and I fix it to prevent the fuck up in the future, and then it fucks up again, oh, I get real fucking bummed out with myself when that happens, because I'm just kind of like, I fucked this up again. I'm a fucking idiot. I don't know how the fuck I did that. And you guys hear me all the time. Like any time that I fuck something up, I'm very quick to just tell you guys, like, I'm my bad. Like, that was me. That was all me, dude. Like, I'm sorry. That was totally fucking stupid. And like, that's just like something that I've learned to practice within myself, because it's easy to blame other people for things to go bad. It's easy to just say like, oh, it was their fault, they weren't paying attention. It's kind of like leaving that, you know, to do whatever it's going to do. And then you just have an excuse to just never get better. You know what I mean? Never to do better in your fucking life if you're just constantly blaming someone else for, you know, things going wrong. Blaming other people for cheating, or blaming other people for, you know, making a bad decision like that. Like, yeah, sure, it's their fucking fault, but that's not the point. You know what I mean? Like, you need to learn how to, just like Honey says in chat, learn how to like fuck up, forgive yourself for fucking up, learning how to not fuck up in the future, and then move the fuck on. Because it's like, you learn this process very quickly of just like, yeah, now I can fuck up and like not feel like it's the end of the fucking world anymore. Because we all just fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, we all fuck up.
One
like,
thing I'm still working on.
Everybody fails
personally.
sometimes.
Everybody fails, and like some of those failures are like way bigger than other failures, and we can all understand like how that feels when that time comes. But when you learn how to quickly decide, make a conscious decision that your failures aren't just like the end of the fucking world, then you sort of allow yourself the freedom to say like, yeah, like, I screwed this up and I'm sorry, and I'm going to do better next time around. And do better next time around. Like you're never gonna figure it out unless you first take the opportunity to say like, yeah, no, I kind of screwed that up, and you want to not screw that up in the first place in order for you to feel like you screwed up, right? Because we know those guys that are like, nah, that wasn't me, dude. That wasn't me. All the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
All the fucking time. And so like they're
Easy
never ever going to figure it out. And they're always going to constantly be screwing things up and constantly be blaming other people and constantly never learning how to be a better fucking human being because it's always someone else's fucking fault.
If you own it.
Yeah. That's the only way to do it, man. So yeah, no, I'm fucking horrified by failure. I'm so scared to fail all the time because I want to fail up all the fucking time. That's me, baby.
Well,
that's me.
Arnell, thank you for the answers. Everybody, thank you for your thoughtful answers. We've all kind of bared a little bit of our souls this evening. I know I am feeling very exposed personally. I'm definitely feeling. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling a little emotionally naked presently.
Well,
But
if it makes you feel any better,
I did enjoy doing this. I wouldn't actually be opposed to doing something like this again in the future. We should come back to it every now and then.
I'll say maybe
if
we'll
it
just
makes
do
you
one
feel any
every
better,
night.
Derek, like you and I, like especially with how open you were about everything, like I can relate like almost one to one.
And it's just like, and like honestly, I really truly hope like it doesn't make people think less of me. I know it's gonna happen inevitably for a few of you, but I just at the end of the day, I am who I am now because of the mistakes that I made, and because I like Arnell failed and chose that I wasn't going to fail like that ever again and learn from my mistakes. So hopefully y'all don't think less of me for that. But unfortunately, like that's just life. Not everybody is perfect all of the time. So thanks for sitting through our little windows, taking a peek into the windows of
this is the therapy episode.
Yeah, the therapy episode. That's right.
Because this has been the Shipwreck Show, where once a week, every week, 4 of the Brethren Court gather together to discuss anything and everything the Seven Seas has thrown our way. If you're riding this wave, you can head on over to our Discord channel, where you can submit questions and topics, get exclusive post-show content, and have early access to episodes before they go live on podcast and video services. But you can also support us by following or subscribing to Good Kraken over at twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show, or by subscribing to our YouTube channel by clicking the link in the details and the description section below in order to get updates when new videos go live everywhere. But until next time, everyone.
You can get your box of We're Not Really Strangers by using code GK